Good afternoon and welcome to the June 12th meeting of the Rotary Club of Louisville. I'm Lori Flannery. I'm President and CEO of New Directions, President of our club, and a Paul Harris Fellow +2. I want to remind you, if you have a device with you here today, if you will please turn it off or at least silence it for the duration of the meeting, we would really appreciate that. Now, to provide our invitation, Julie James, Advancement Officer at Boys and Girls Haven, and Paul Harris Fellow +1.
Thank you. We gather today in the spirit of fellowship, service, and shared purpose. We are grateful for the opportunity to come together as Rotarians, committed to truth, fairness, goodwill, and making a difference in our communities and beyond. As we welcome the insights of our Rotary International Treasurer, may we be reminded that stewardship is not only about managing resources, but about advancing the mission of service above self. Grant us the wisdom to listen, courage to act, and hearts always open to the needs of others. Bless this meeting, our speaker, and the work we are called to do. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Julie. That was lovely. And now to lead us in the pledge and the Rotary four-way test is Alan Singleton, President of CGB Agri Financial Services, and Paul Harris Fellow +5.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the four-way test. For those of you that are guests, I want to say something personal. This is one of the most meaningful pieces of information I've ever gotten from Rotary. Amen. Honestly true.
Is the truth, is fair to all concerned, will it build goodwill and better friendships, will it be beneficial to all concerned.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Julie and Alan, and thank you for being a part of the program today. Okay, this is the time of the program where we, as Rotarians, will introduce the guests that we brought with us today. So if you brought a guest, if you would mind to please go over to this microphone. Remember to introduce yourself first, then your guest, indicating their name and affiliation. And guests, when you hear your name, if you will please stand briefly so that we can attach a name to a face. Thank you. Love it.
Good morning. I'm here with me today, my husband, Tony Stubbs. He's from the Rotary Club of America, past president, and he is my driver and I love him. Good morning, that's a tough one to follow. Good morning, President Lori, fellow Rotarians. I am Alice Alt, and my guest today is Colin Ratchford. Colin is with Four Roses Distillery, and he is their consumer engagement specialist and also a proud U of L alum and just a fresh marketing and digital creator mind to have here with us.
President Lloyd, y'all probably, I don't even probably need this. President Lloyd, hello. And esteemed Rotarians, I have the pleasure today, I'm Melissa Cobb with Saffron Downtown, and I have the pleasure today of introducing Shannon Hayes, who is Director of Marketing and Business Development with Calhoun Construction. Nothing happens without Shannon.
Yes, when you hear me ring the bell again, you're going to know that that means our meeting is adjourned. If you will please make your way over to this table closest to the doors. There is a table there that has a placard on top of it that says, "What is Rotary?" We will have a Rotarian there who can provide just a few minutes of an overview about our club and about Rotary in general. So thank you for doing that. Okay, we have a membership incentive campaign going on as the fiscal year comes to a close. We are happy to report that we've averaged 13 guests per weekly meeting at Rotary this year. Many of you, it really is. Thanks goes out to you all. I brought a couple of those guests, but it really is club-wide, so thank you all for that. Many of those that have been brought in this year will make excellent additions to our club, and some of them have indicated that they are interested, and so we thought we would sweeten the pot a little bit and, get the deal done. So now is a great time to sponsor a candidate who meets our criteria for membership. Proposed members who submit all required information and are approved by our club board by June 30th will be eligible for a 50% discount on the one-time new member entrance fee. Please encourage those that have already visited and are interested in membership to go ahead and get their application submitted before the end of the month. And of course, we'll need a little bit of time to process that, right? So please do it in advance of June 30th. Information and the link on the online application is on our website, which is louisvillerotary.org, on the membership page. And then you can also email Deline if you would like her to help you through that process. So, membership incentives, don't forget, June 30th will be here quicker than you know. As always, we have a couple of Rotarians in the spotlight. So we want to congratulate Paris Parada, who will be one of 7 2025 White Cow Award winners celebrated at their awards event on Thursday, June 26th at the Louisville White House. So congratulations to Paris. We also want to congratulate Julie James on her new role as Advancement Officer at Boys and Girls Haven. So congratulations to her. Now I'd like to invite past president and one of the best darn presidents of our club ever, Walt Blunow, chair of our Youth and Education Committee, and Paul Harris Fellow +4 to the podium for a special presentation.
Thank you, President Lori. I want to introduce Ryan Warren and Bailey Ambergy from Educational Justice. Just a show of hands, how many of y'all know what educational justice does? So this is good, because we've been doing this a long time with you guys. So, Moshe Ohayon is the founder of Educational Justice and incorporated it in 2011. It took a few years to get it off the ground. But what Educational Justice does, it takes highly accomplished high school kids and pairs them with under-resourced middle school kids. In the best scenario, a 5th grade kid gets paired with a 9th grade kid, and then they become 6, 10, 7, 11, 8, 12. And then this middle school kid, what's he do? She do. She goes to high school and she picks up some other. So it's perpetuated. We know this works because we have the data that says that the kids that average between 1 to 1.6 years increase in mathematics and 1.7 years increase in reading. And that is incredible. One quick story, when I was talking to these kids years ago, the kids that were getting tutored, they said the only thing that we'd like better is if some of these folks looked like me or she, because they did. They would come from Sacred Heart and Collegiate, KCD, and Manual, and you kind of get that picture. So we decided to take Educational Justice to Western High School, and we had very much success there. One of the young men there, the valedictorian at Western High School, Reese Gaines, became one of these folks that mentored, tutored middle school kids. He goes to, I wish the Indiana University Southeast folks were here because he got a scholarship there. And then he graduates from college, and guess what he's doing? He's working for Educational Justice. So I will let Brian tell a little bit more about what's going on, and then we'll have a big chat presentation. Thank you all.
All right. Well, thank you, Walt. I also want to thank Walt. He has been our steadfast champion in the community, making connections to schools, but also being our deep champion within Rotary. So. I will correct you, it's actually Reese Grace. I would love to have had Reese Gaines. That's our staff. We are approaching our 10th year It's pretty amazing. And Rotary was an initial investor in this work. And I wanted to kind of give you some numbers, help you understand the impact your contribution early on made to our community. I also see Barry from the Geeks Foundation right back there, another early investor in this work. And without the community and those people who believed in it really early on, we would not have been able to accomplish what we did. But let's start with a few numbers here. In year one, we had 22 pairs. We had 330 tutoring hours that we provided no cost to families who need. So where are we at 2016? 1,682 pairs of kids have gone through our program. 42,000 tutoring hours, which is about $1.6 million when you look at the average cost of private tutoring. Increase in math and reading about 1.5 to 2 grade levels in year one. 5% higher rate of student attendance compared to their peers at JCPS. We do an SEL, socio-emotional survey with kids. 52% said they had an increased enjoyment for school after their first year. We've had participants from every elementary and middle school in the city, and the majority of our local high schools have been participants. We are now official service partner of Metro United Way, and this year we finally became an official vendor for JCPS. So that was great. So I gave you where we came from and where we currently at, but I want to introduce my colleague Bailey. She is sunshine and model, and she's going to tell you a little bit about where we're going in the future. Bailey.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me. I'm Bailey Ambergy. I'm with Educational Justice, like Brian said. I've been with the program for a little over 2.5 years now, and I came in with the goal of finding more students for the program. I'm happy to say that since I've been with the program, we've started quite a few new initiatives that have led to us being able to get bigger and better numbers, and next year we're on track to hopefully have over 200 to 300 student pairs in our program. We are doing these new initiatives such as our clubs, which we started in 2023. In 2023, we had 5 clubs. This past school year, we had 6. And now that we've officially established our ground at so many different schools, this upcoming year, we plan to have 11 clubs at different high schools across the city. And we are also really excited about our new initiative called the EJ Classrooms, where we're able to work with a teacher at several different schools across not only Louisville, but also hopefully expanding into other parts of the state. We will work with a teacher to try to get almost their entire classroom, at least 75% of it, enrolled in our program. And then we'll be able to give the teacher a $1,000 stipend for being able to help us with that major project. So we're really excited about being able to work with teachers more, help their classrooms, and be able to get larger numbers of 5th grade graders in our program to serve. It's often really hard to get those 5th grade families to sign up because it's hard for people to admit that they need some help or support. But when a whole class is doing it together, there's camaraderie and there's a teacher encouraging you that you should really be in this program and do it alongside your classmates. We can get class parties, we can do all kinds of fun stuff. It really helps the kids to be able to enjoy it and participate more deeply. We've also been doing parent nights with schools, so that way we can help students and families do the applications on site. So there's been amazing new initiatives to help us be able to get more and more students in the program, and we're looking forward to, in our 10th year, hitting a big new goal. So thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.
And one last thing, the older kids are called activists. That's the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. These are the brightest kids in the city that are doing this. They're doing this because it's a community service that has some meaning to it for colleges. So some of them are doing it for that reason. However, what is unintended consequence, these kids that never considered being a teacher before are now becoming teachers. It's unbelievable.
Come around in front of the photos.
Paul, Brian, and Bailey, everybody associated with education followed you all from afar from the beginning. It's exciting to see the progress that you're making and how you're creating a lot of good leaders in the work you do, so thank you for all of that. Now I'd like to invite to the podium President-elect Ken Salvaggi, General Manager of ESEN Louisville, and Paul Harris Fellow +2 to award some new Paul Harris Fellow pins.
Good afternoon, everybody. As you know, Paul Harris Fellow recognition is given in appreciation to anyone who contributes $1,000 or more to the annual fund or Polio Plus fund of the Rotary Foundation. I'd like everyone in the room who has become a Paul Harris Fellow to stand to celebrate you. Our supportive foundation, you are promoting peace, fighting disease, providing clean water, saving mothers and children, supporting education, and growing local economies. You're also providing funds for matching district grants that support projects right here in our community. We have quite a few folks to recognize today, so come on up and don't leave because I'm going to have to take pictures. Lori Flannery, Paul Harris Fellow +1. Kelly Burt, Paul Harris Fellow +1. Sandra Dodge, Paul Harris Fellow. Andrew Holden, Paul Harris Fellow +1. Julie James, Paul Harris Fellow +1. Louis Seeger, Paul Harris Fellow +1. Tom Boner, Paul Harris Fellow +2. Ginger Wallace, Paul Harris Fellow +3. All right, now we'll get this strategy here. Kevin Lynch, Paul Harris Fellow +5. Alan Singleton, Paul Harris Fellow +5. Tom Crimmins, Paul Harris Fellow +7. Scored a touchdown. Joy Seymour, Paul Harris Fellow +7. And last but hardly least, our incoming president, drum roll, Paul Harris Fellow +8 for Barbara Sexton Smith.
I think you forgot Ken Salvaggi.
All right. And that's my role. That's why they saved me for last. It's your surprise, Ken Salvaggi, Paul Harris +2.
Line up in front of the podium, tall people in the back. No, scoot up. Tall people in the back. All right. All right, you guys did a good job. Nobody move. Let me get Ken back on the screen since he did the recognition. All right. All right, everybody look over here for a second. All right, next. All right.
With you.
Right. Congratulations to all the pinned people today, and thank you for your generosity. It really does mean a lot, and it is the lifeblood of what we do at Rotary. Today I have the privilege of introducing our speaker. Beth Stubbs has served as a member of the Rotary International Board of Directors, representing zones 30 and 31 since 2023. She's currently the treasurer of Rotary International. A Rotarian since 1991, Beth is a member of the Rotary Club of Maryville in Tennessee. A certified public accountant by trade, she has owned and operated her own accounting practice since 1994 in Knoxville, Tennessee, and is now semi-retired. Beth has served her church as church council chair, program chair, finance chair, stewardship chair, lay leader, and Sunday school leader. She has similarly served in many roles in District 6780 and in her club. She and her husband Tony, who is with us here today, as you know, as he was introduced by Beth earlier, are Arch Club Society members of the Rotary Foundation, as well as Paul Harris Society members, benefactors, and Bequest Society members. Beth is also an avid sports fan. Welcome, Beth.
That's a lovely introduction. And good afternoon, everyone. What a wonderful club to visit. I must say that this room is improved since the last time I was here. Before, you had these poles in the middle, and I was going, making sure I could see everyone. Anyway, I have had fantastic hospitality from this group right here. And John, is John here?
He'll be here soon.
Okay. So we had a lovely dinner last night, and I got a tour of the city from Ken. And thank you so much. Tony and I have had a lovely time. And I love your city. I'm envious of your city, your club. You have a fantastic club. If I could ever convince Tony to move somewhere, I might try to get him. The only thing is, I am deeply ingrained in this orange color of the falls. My whole life I've been watching the falls. I started with Pat Summit, and I went to see her coach when I was 14. And when I met Tony, he didn't know anything about sports, but now he's pretty good. Because that was 30, how many years ago? 38 years ago. One of the things about our organization is our foundation, and what a great time today to have all this recognition. And I want to thank you on behalf of the Rotary trustees for being such a giving club and being committed to our foundation, which is the lifeblood of our organization. And so I'm going to say quite a bit about our foundation today, and I hope that you will learn something, because that's why I'm here. But before I start, I do want to address the fact that our president-elect of Rotary International has resigned, because some of you are probably curious about that. And we are working on it. Our goal, I'm on the executive committee, there are 5 of us on the executive committee, and we have had numerous meetings already. And the process will be that I will tell you, there were 8 candidates when Mario was selected. So he's out. And there is Sanku, who is the president nominee. He was among that 8. And he's going to be the president the next year. And one person has passed away. So there are 5 remaining candidates, and we will engage with them again. We will review their bios. It's in the policies of our Rotary International that the board of directors will select the next president. So we are working on it. We have meetings scheduled tomorrow. We have meetings scheduled Saturday, and we are on it. And it is our goal to have someone by the time we get to Calvary, which is next week. Okay? So we are moving. Does anybody want to ask me anything about that? Or maybe we can talk after the meeting, because I know we have a crunch time. Everybody okay with that? We're going to have a president. ASAP. Okay? These things happen. We have to be adaptable. That's part of our strategic plan, isn't it? Being adaptable. We had COVID, we had to adapt. We have our president resigned, we're going to adapt. We just got to. That's just all. So it's going to be okay. And our board is taking care of it. So some of the things I want to talk to you about our foundation and why would we choose our foundation? Because I think it's important for us to know about it. You know, Rotary, if you know what Charity Navigator is, you know that you can go there and see all about nonprofit organizations, how they're rated, how they're scored, and ours, if you don't know that we've already spent $4 billion, we have an 88% rate of the program expenses. So only 12% of our funds are used to run the organization. And we have this 4-star rating for 16 years in a row. And I just want to say just a little bit about why I give to the Rotary Foundation. Many years ago, Tony and I found ourselves sort of wandering around in the charitable organization world, and we had to decide what we were going to support and why. And so we sort of evaluated all the organizations we supported, and we came to the conclusion that we were going to do 6. And we were going to be heavily involved in those organizations. We weren't going to do the $100 to, I'm sorry if you're with the FOD, although if they kept Tony, they'll still get the $100. But we did say those 6 that we are going to be involved with, we want to know where our money goes and what they're doing as programmatic. So we came up with our 6. And, you know, why would the Rotary Foundation pop out? Well, guess what? We are really involved with Rotary, as are you. I have noticed from all the pictures that Elaine sent me about the projects that you are heavily involved with Rotary. And that you're creating all kinds of Rotary opportunities in your community. So I know that you're involved in Rotary, and that is why you should get to this organization, because you know what we're doing, don't you? Everybody shake your head. Know what we're doing. So we came up with our church, Rotary, University, and 3 other organizations that I've served on board where he served on. And those are the ones that we feel are what we should support. So we're really going to support Rotary. And I hope you will too, because you know what's going on with Rotary. I always think that's important. People will call you on the phone and say they'd like to give you to give them money, and you say, if you'll send me your financial statement so I know what you're doing, what you're spending the money on, I'll consider it, and you never hear from them again. Not a good sign, is it? But that's my mantra that I use for Rotary. So, you know, you did a really good job of saying what the money goes for when you presented the Paul Harris Fellows. And so these are those things. I won't repeat those. But someone said to me, you know, this is a good way to say what Rotary does. Someone is out here that you meet and you start talking about Rotary and they say, well, what does Rotary do? You know, you could name our areas of focus, which are 7. Anybody have those memorized? Well, Rick Harness probably does. Or Woody, is there Woody here? Woody Harper? No? Okay. So that's a good, you know, if you want to take a picture that, the next time somebody says, you say, well, also who named the 7 areas that we do? And these were selected really from the United Nations and the areas of poverty where they saw the most need. So these are the areas that we think we can do the most work in. So, and you, as you've already said today, you have the contributions, they are credited to your club, and then you get recognition, you've already seen that. What those contributions go to, if you are given to the annual fund, is something that we get to the benefit of something called district designated funds, and those are those grant funds that you mentioned right at the end of the presentation. And I think this club knows how to use a grant system. Do they know how to use a grant system? Okay. Well, you need to get them to know how to use the grant system because I want you to spend your money. Okay? We don't need it to be in the bank. We need to use it as much as we can. So, district designated funds, half your money automatically comes back to us and we can apply for the rest. So you can spend it all. You can spend more than you ever put in, but you have to work at it a little bit. But you can do it. And our club has done that in several years. For a few years, we were sponsoring ambassadorial scholars, which we now call Little Scholars. And you know how much your club has to put in if you sponsor a scholar? 0. And how much do they get? 30,000. So you can pretty much spend that money pretty quickly if you are proposing global scholars or peace fellows or anything of that nature. And we did that pretty well for a few years. So I think we're still in the black. So I want to tell you about your club. There were, last I looked, 156 Paul Harris Fellows in your club. Pretty damn good. 30 are on Rotary Direct. If you don't know what that is, that means it automatically comes out of your credit card or your bank account or something. And then you don't have to trouble your treasurer with depositing those checks, money in, or billing. Do you do that? Do you do that part, send the money in? So put them all on Rotary Direct.
Oh, believe me, I've tried.
30 is a pretty good number, I'll have to say. That's one of the highest ones I've seen. And it's still not enough, is it?
Nope.
You have 4 benefactors. That means they have said they would give $1,000 when they die, and I'll tell you that is painless. You won't feel that. So just go ahead and do it. And we got some forms today.
I'll take care of it.
Okay. You have 1 bequest society. That means someone has said they would give $10,000 or more at death. And again, it is painless. Painless.
Painless.
Okay. You have 19 major donors. That means they have given $10,000 or more to the Rotary Foundation. And I looked at another report and it said you had some 2nd level major donors and some 3rd level major donors. And 4, you have a 4th level major donor. So, you have 20 Paul Harris Society members. Now, I have to challenge you a little bit on that because our little club of 50 has 17. So, what does that mean? That means you said you give $1,000 per year, okay, as long as you can. Now, your annual fund giving today, look at that number, $67,476. Yay! Okay. Well exceeded your goal. And these are some of the recognitions that you would get if you joined the Paul Harris Society and you got your pins today. So what does giving to the Rotary Foundation, how does that make the world a better place? Well, we have to use that money to make the world a better place, right? That's what we have to do. And really, it's magic. I will show you a little bit of magic through the Rotary Foundation. So let's tell a few stories about the Rotary Club of Louisville, okay? Delene, help me a little bit. So, in our district, club who put in money for a grant is matched. Do y'all do that in this district? So you match your grant. So, you put in $5,000, your district gives you $5,000. Do y'all have any other deals out in the world where you get that good a deal? Matching, put your money in. It's a pretty good deal. So use that. Join with another club. You put in 5, they put in 5. Now you got 20. Is that magic? Yes. So here's one of your projects. I think this is phenomenal. I'm just so impressed with your projects. Was anybody really here, who's here involved in this? Westwood? Yes? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure.
Will you stand?
Sure. We say the West Louisville Housing Initiative, is that what we're
Yes, West Louisville Housing Initiative.
Well, the idea is to generate a certain amount of capital that can be given to folks or loan to people for housing loans to buy a house that normally wouldn't qualify under conventional loan protocols but have the ability to pay. So what it does is it helps people to have mostly first-time home ownership for folks to generate generational wealth. And that money sits there and is handled by a credit union here in town, and they do all the work for it, and we provide the money.
How well was that said? I did not know he was the man to ask. Thank you very much. That was a great explanation. And what a great program. Do you know how many houses you all involved in?
9.
9? Who said 9? Thank you. 9. Think of those families whose good change. That's just amazing. Just amazing. The Babu Walla check dam. That's got to be Rick Harden. Is that Rick Harden? Okay. Who's the brain behind this? No? Rick pointed over this way.
I don't think he's here today.
Okay.
That's Eric.
So was this repair of a broken dam? Is that what, a broken dam repair or building a new dam?
It's building new dams, and it grew out of our wonderful Rotary Friendship Exchange in India. They brought this project to us, and they've always invited us to come over and kick the tires. Every October, they try to do another dam. And it makes all the difference in making water available because it collects water when it's raining. So when it's not raining, farmers have water and communities have water.
Yay! Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for that information. That is just wonderful. Will you say it for me?
Babu Walla.
Babu Walla. Check dam. What is the check?
It captures the water.
Okay. See, I don't know anything about water. Okay. Now, who's involved in the Kiwanis and Rotary battles? Okay. All right. Stand up. Now, I got some bad news about the battle. Oh. I heard it said. I'm not going to say it.
We're the reason Kiwanis in Louisville exist.
So you're not going to quit, right?
No.
We're going to stay after. We're going to keep battling.
That's right.
We haven't won the war yet.
We won a few, not recently.
Well, thank you for doing this. I know where the money goes, a little Salvation Army, so that is great. Okay, I wasn't going to say that you don't win. So, Rotary Leadership Fellows, is anybody intimately involved in that? Barbara? Tell us a little bit.
Well, the Rotary Leadership Fellows are our University of Louisville MBA graduates, and in the case of my mentee, she has a master's in data analytics, and these folks then partner up with one of us Rotarians for a 3-year commitment. And you all may remember meeting my mentee, who is a Rotary Fellow from the University of Louisville, Amelia Gomez, and her husband, was this most recent Derby commissioned artist for the Woodward Reserve Bottle and Governor Beshear's annual Derby poster. We love our Rotary Fellowship mentees.
Thank you for doing that. I'm telling you, you are over the moon. You really are. So this one, I happened to put this into Google. And I want to tell you what it said. It was very specific about this program. And so I commend you for whatever you did that made Google know what the Unsung Heroes are. The Unsung Heroes program in Louisville, Kentucky recognizes and honors high school students who demonstrate a commitment to community service and service of oneself. As recognized by the Rotary Club of Louisville. Who are they? These students are often not in the spotlight, but they are making a difference in their schools and communities through volunteerism. The program provides awards, gift certificates, and opportunity for students to apply for scholarships, both from the Rotary Club and matching scholarships from local universities. That is just fantastic. I'm just so proud. Is there anybody who's definitely involved in this program?
Great.
Okay, stand up, let's hear it.
Yeah. Ask him how many years he's been a member of our club.
How many years have you been a member of this club? Please?
Over 50.
Oh. More than 50.
And he's still serving.
When we do the Unsung Hero, we started 25 years ago. And it's, believe it or not, it's an incredible program which recognizes kids for volunteerism. And the schools think it's the best they've ever had because each school does this, but they don't have a way to recognize the very best of the best. And we do that. And so we give away a lot of, we give each kid $400 and a lot of admission tickets. And we also give a runner-up now $100. So it's not just, it's not chunk change, and we get $52,000 in scholarships.
52,000. Is that what I heard?
Yep.
That's a great program, yes.
And the best part is, we didn't need the money when we first started because I believe in funding a program for $10,000. So we put it in the stock market, and we have over $475,000 in that fund.
Wow. Were those funds contributed by those members?
Initially, the $10,000, that's part of us, and then other Rotary clubs. So it's called Metro Little Rotary Club Charities Inc. So it's basically the 4 remaining clubs in Louisville.
But Rotarians,
All Rotarians. We have one outside group that gives $5,000, and it's called Inclusionary Charities for Kids. They give $5,000 because they believe in kids.
thank you for doing that. That's impressive. So, El Salvador toilets. I have another slide that I'm going to show you about another toilet project. And why are toilets important? Because we have to have our basic self-needs met for us to thrive and to have peace in our world. So I applaud you for doing this. And who is involved in this? Okay, Rick, we finally got it.
I've been working with the local Rotary clubs in El Salvador for several years. I just received a report this week that the 4th iteration of their initial project has now been completed. They have put clean, tiled toilets with facilities to help girls stay in school and be throughout the whole month for them. Clean water, nice, good kitchens for healthy food. They've now put them in 27 rural schools in El Salvador, and we've just gotten approval from the Rotary Foundation to do 7 more.
So, pop quiz, Rick, how many lives do you think are affected by that?
Well, that's really tough because it affects the whole community.
That's my point.
Not just the students, not just the teachers and the administrators that are involved in maintaining the systems, making sure they're sustainable.
Hundreds.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Hundreds.
Thousands.
Thank you for doing that. Weston school literacy. Now, I don't know exactly how this works. Can anybody talk about that? Walk, everyone's pointing.
This is for my ladies too. So, West End School is a pre-K through 8th grade boys school right this minute, and the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade board in extreme West Louisville. Julie's year of presidency wanted literacy, and so I think since 2021, we've been going with these kids. We read with our 8th graders in the month of March and April, and we've been doing that. This next August, the girls are going to start. We will have pre-K, K, 1st and 2nd grade for the girls. The girls' school will be built brand new. It's just an amazing, and the folks that have done it, Rick and Bob Nesmith here, Steve's been here. Those of you that have come and read, it's just one of those remarkable days. You go read it, you just thank.
So you go and read to them?
Go read with them.
With them. And so, we have one of these in one of our Rotary clubs, and they have told me that that could be the first time they ever have a man engaged with them in their life. So it's a critical program, and thank you to all of us who are working on that. It's a great I'm going to have to really push now because I just want to say, I want to encourage you to keep on doing what you're doing and to use our Rotary Foundation dollars to better your areas, whether it's Louisville or outside Louisville, El Salvador, whatever, but just keep doing that. And I want you to understand the global grant system. If any of you are thinking you might do a global grant, does your district match the club fund? So you put 5 in, the district puts 5 in, the World Fund gives you 8. So you put 5 in, and that comes to 14. You have 2 clubs that do that. 3 clubs, you've got 42,000. That is the magic of our Rotary Foundation. So think about it when you want to do something large. How can I do that? And if it's a worthwhile project, we will find the money for you. Beth will find them. Okay? So I want to just tell you a few other grants that you might have participated in these. These are all heart to heart, Rick, but this is also sanitation improvements in a school. This club put 5,000 in for this grant. It's 88,000, so pretty magical. This is the kidney transplants that we've been doing in Mexico. We've done about $800,000 worth of kidney transplants. They don't have a transplant list in Mexico. So pretty much one of your family members has to give you their kidney. And it started quite a while ago by this man on the right, and he is now deceased, but his family has taken over the program, and we're still doing it. So it's a great, great program. This is another program in Mexico, the Blood and Palate, where you can see the effect on this young lady's life to go from this picture on the left to that beautiful picture on the right. And we put so much emphasis on beauty in our world, and that is helpful to her. And this is a project, it'll take me too long to tell you about this project, but this was after the earthquake in Mexico. I took this picture, that's somebody's house, that bubble. We did a project, a pilot project where we work with some Mexican Rotarians to build homes for them, basic homes, which Rotary doesn't usually do. This was for 20, there were 7,500 each. And Rotary was really smart. They knew that in Mexico there's a lot of squatting. People don't own their properties, huge, huge mess. You know, here you have a deed you can wave around at somebody. They have no deeds. And the city manager agreed to give them the property. So was their life changed from that tremendously. So I encourage you, keep doing what you're doing. Do more. Do more if you can, because it's fun. Okay? Now, I understand I get to take questions. Is that right, Lori?
It is. So thank you, Beth. Rotarians, if you have any questions, please come to this microphone. And as always, please abide by the rules that are on the screen.
Oh, rules. No statements or speeches. Okay.
They don't follow the rules.
Hi, I'm Chris Garrett, Paul Harris +2, and former, well, actually past president of actually the Rotary Club of Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh, yes.
So, you know,
They're not the ones that did the helipad, are they?
no, but we did a lot of parks, a lot of splash pads, a lot of all access.
All the
playgrounds.
covenant is in there.
Dog covenant is a big part of it, yeah. I knew you'd know that name. But my question is, with Rotary International and Rotary's, oh wait, sorry, I forgot one plug. Monday, an email went out to the whole club with 2 links that are very easy to donate to the local Rotary Foundation and to the Rotary International Foundation. I did it today in TJ Maxx instead of purchasing the candles on the way out. I just clicked the link. It's very, very easy, very simple. Find the email. Okay?
Thank you.
That's my statement that I'm not supposed to do. But my question is, we have had such a focus on polio for so long, and it is almost eradicated. I think it's in 2 countries still. But will Rotary look at changing that main focus into something else, like clean water or education or something else that we can really put a huge push behind and make a difference like we have with polio?
After it's eradicated, yes.
Okay.
But not until. We don't want to start anything that people don't give polio. We need to stay there until we complete that. And even though some stuff has happened with USAID, which affects us financially, we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on going.
Hi, Susan Zepeda, the chair of the Service Projects and Grant Development Committee. So big
That's a great person to know, isn't it?
And Rick Hartnett and I are going to be doing a session real soon about Rotary Beyond the Club. And I looked online and I couldn't find a date for the next heart-to-heart mission in Mexico. So do you know anything about it?
Yes, it's November or something. If you will take one of my cards, I will send that to you. You want to go?
I want to tell everybody so we get more people going.
Okay. You know, I went with Woody. He and I were on one of those trips together.
Awesome.
And you and I were on a trip together. Yes. So I'm going.
All right.
So I'll find out.
That's easy enough to go.
Yes. So it's Guadalajara this time.
Well, no, I saw there's a project in Guadalajara, but I didn't know if that was the heart-to-heart that was on the website.
Heart to Heart in Mexico involves District 4170, 4140, and 4110. Guadalajara is in one of those. I can't remember which. And Mexico City is in the other. And recently, I think it's 4110 was not involved. But the director, who is on the board with us this year, it has included them now. So now we have another district partnering in Heart to Heart. So there are several projects in Guadalajara. And they also have a group that goes in October that, okay, Bill Fish is involved with that. And that's a working group. When I go, I don't really work. But I do observe and I can tell the story.
So there's one in October and one in November.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for all you do. Am I out of time? And I'm out of questions.
I want to make sure nobody else had questions. I think we're done.
Thank you so much. I think you are the best club there is.
Well, we think
I think you are. I'm just astounded by all that you do, and I'm so glad to see my friend Michael Poole. We were together.
Thank you so much, Beth, for being here, and also Tony for being here as well. Deline has gone to one of our favorite stores. It's called Taste of Kentucky. It has nothing but Kentucky products in it, and she has carefully curated a little bag for you all to take home for some things that you can enjoy that were made right here in Kentucky.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. So there will be no meeting next week in honor of the new federal holiday, which is Juneteenth. But we will be meeting 2 weeks from today. Our June 26th meeting will feature Naderica Tebow. She's the executive director of LUMED. So join us to learn how this 1.5 square mile hub is being transformed into a nationally recognized center for health, education, and innovation, and how you can be a part of the momentum. You need to RSVP by noon on Monday, June 23rd, or you can scan the QR code on the screen right now before you leave. Guests, if you'll please make your way over to the What is Rotary table as soon as I ring the bell. I want to wish everyone a happy Father's Day weekend. We are adjourned.